Marina Seawillow felt her first breath ripple through the mangroves on 19 May 1999 inside a tin-roof cabin riding wooden stilts above the teal shallows of Matlacha Pass, the sleepy back door of Southwest Florida. Outside, mullet flicks silver commas across dawn water while her mother, a wandering Zydeco soul accordionist who slips pressed frangipani petals between spare reeds, coaxed a syrupy chord that made chipped jelly jars tremble on their shelf. Her father, a bridge-tender poet who sketches cloud manatees on time sheets, bent so near their freckles touched and promised his brand new daughter. That porch gossip, razor-thin clothes racks, and every side eye sparked by difference would slide away for any spirit willing to stand entire. Curves drift through the sea with a line, the way warm Gulf eddies wander into seagrass beds. So nobody panicked when baby Marina popped her second cotton swaddle before the kettle whistled. Randy Joel unspooled shrimp twine, stitched sailcloth scraps into the tear, and laughed that extra cloth cost pennies, while teaching a child to shrink can cost her the whole horizon. Elementary halls smelled of chew shavings, guava pastelitos steaming behind the cafeteria door, and brackish wind sneaking through stuck louvers. Marina already rose half a head above her classmates, shading the projector like any time she's traced stone crab seasons on the pull-down map. One muggy recess, two boys hop-step circles, humming barge horn. Each time her galoshes slapped the chalk squares, at dusk she prowled the rack line, gathering soda caps burnished to mother of pearl, threaded them on fishing leader, zigzag stitch the rattling chain down her turquoise hoodie, and walked into class at dawn, scattering rainbow freckles across locker doors. A substitute reading aide caught 8 shaky seconds on a pay-as-you-go phone, posted the sparkle to a fledgling video nook, and by lunch, 15,000 strangers cheered the girl who hammered teasing into Lighthouse Shine. Marina wrote a single line in lilac beside subtraction drills, clouds crowd only until you flash them bright. Weekends belonged to the old swing bridge, where her mother's accordion riffs tangled with diesel growls from shrimpers, cast net slaps, and gulls haggling over bait buckets. Rack jeans stopped at Marina's thighs, so she traded tip jar coins for sun-bleached gill net, unraveled it into rope, crocheted high-rise culottes, sprayed tarpon silhouettes in squid ink, and posed at papaya sunset against rust-flecked pylons while her cousin snapped grainy frames. Her photo sailed into an online diary she christened Lantern Current the same week a photo-sharing app flickered over patchy island towers. Captions danced between mangrove slang and clear truths like, "Curves anchor storm gusts, steadier than seawalls." Before her 16th birthday, 52,000 unseen hearts tapped like under each mango flush frame. Proof glowing rectangles, hushed cafeteria whispers, quicker than the loudest coach's whistle. A Tidal Energy scholarships hauled her north to the University of South Florida. Daylight dissolved in wave turbine labs, while nights belonged to a 24-hour Cuban sandwich wagon glowing neon rose under banyan shadows. The heat lamp doubled as her softbox. Between double press orders, she filmed 90-second reels, folding parchment into seagrass barrettes while decoding dart rotation in half, surf hush. One upload layered dolphin churched on lo-fi beats while she chain-stitched reflective anchor cord into thrift denim, and 47 hours later the counter skipped past 1.3 million. Gulf Coast-style blogs labeled her the Medianoche Couturiere, though every sponsor pitch stalled at size 16. Marina filed each message in a folder tagged shrinking nets, wiped mustard glaze from her cuff, and pressed another sandwich. Early storm season delivered an email from Columbia Sportswear inviting her to co-design a shell capsule named Seagrass Pulse. She answered with 3 pillar terms: patterns up to 60-inch hips, half the crew hire from community college fashion programs, and 10% of net profit channeled to living shoreline projects stretching from Charlotte Harbor to Cedar Key. Columbia signed before sunrise outlined lab beakers in coral light, and the chute opened on a sand spit where hatchling loggerheads printed commas toward glassy ripples. Marina guided curvy paddle surfers across mirror water while a drone traced lazy loops overhead. When the lookbook launched, every extended size jacket vanished in 41 hours across 28 nations. Lantern Current vaulted beyond 700,000 glowing avatars. Still dusted with powdered sugar from graveyard churros, she propped her phone against a rice sack, ducked behind the condiment bar, and livestreamed damp-eyed thanks under buzzing fluorescence. If this ride already hums in your chest, pause and tap. Subscribe right now, anchor your spot at the rail so the next story drifts into your feed before algorithm ties twist the channel. Spotlight shimmer lured rumor pelicans. A clickbait vlog claimed Marina cinched steel plates round her waist beneath seagrass pulse coats. At dawn, she paddled a cedar board beyond Spartina, stood steady in sports bra and linen shorts, traced every stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea, and riffed a brassy chord on her mother's accordion. So raw, the pelicans floated silent. 10 million viewers reposted the jam tagged bougainvillea proof, brushing magenta dust across their own curves until gossip slid under the tide. Food truck wages braided with castle royalties and whipped into Seawillow butter, a whipped custard swirling tubo blossom cream, calamardin zest oil, and mica sparks that glow show white when flash hits. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's chart bench, lids tied with braided castnet rope, each tag stamped "Moisturize Your Horizon." Inventory drained in 82 minutes, lifting $198,000. 20% seeded Beacon grants, delivering industrial surgers and high phones to plus-size teens in Bay schools from Pensacola Beach to Boca Grande. 8 months later, 36 grant recipients floated a Fashion Adolphisson gala on a retro shrimp scow wrapped in LED seagrass, streaming sunrise joy to Des from Kingston to Kingston upon Thames. Miami Swim Week minted fresh lagoon lore when a backstage blower ripped her emerald mesh gown from hip to heel 90 heartbeats before runway. Marina ripped neon dock rope off a Rick brace, laced the gash like boat cleats, and walked as if the splice lived in every draft. Camera shutters cracked like kettle corn. Vogue Caribbean crowned the save rope cadence, and another million lantern lights ignited before steel drums hit the after party. A jilted assistant leaked cropped emails hinting she demanded lobster coquette towers and chauffeur skiff rides for her rescue ibis Celestial. She posted the full thread showing refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, and caption tablets for deaf stylists, then funneled that month's affiliate surge, $136,000, into biodegradable crab trap pilots off Wakasasa Bay. Fans echoed her dockside credo, receipts glimmer brighter than rumor grit, until whispers fizzled like campfire sparks on salt water. By midsummer metrics shimmered teal. 6.9 million Instagram friends, 3.4 million real watchers, 2 million steadfast channel subscribers, engagement brushing 10%, and rewriting brand dashboards. Cartier invited her to headline a Topaz Surge vignette inside Alligator Reef Laughs Lens. She agreed after Cartier funded therapy stipends for reef divers still healing from last year's storms. The finished clip, her wrist scattering amber shards across iron ribs, became Cartier's most saved post this quarter. Family steadies her keel. Twice a month, she streams Porchline Groove. Mom slides funky intervals beside a propane griddle. Dad recites cloud haiku, and Marina flips thrift denim beneath string bulbs. One broadcast peaked 9 million when Celestial waddled through powdered sugar and sneezed glitter into the mic. A bird refuge now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated ibis with solar beacons, bankrolled by Seawillow butter. Butter revenue drifted past 12 million before its second equinox. She leased an idle, oyster sort shed, cut skylights through corrugated tin, and hired furloughed deckhands plus design grass to whip custard and knotlets. By hand during midday groove breaks, to Bay Funk loops, efficiency consultants begged for shrink seals. She echoed her mother's line, "Fingertips keep stories long after robots forget," and rope ties stayed. Mind weather, honesty, brightens her feed. Coquina Bluff shares space with sandwich truck selfies captioned, "Same sky, different tide." She uploads breath loops recorded inside limestone springs, printable resilience worksheets in English and Seminole Creek, and sliding scale therapy links. 131,000 followers call her shoreline candor their first calm harbor. Community rides sparkle under crushed shell paint. Hundreds pale on set causeways wearing Seawillow butter along collarbones and LED mangrove tassels on spokes. Ticket proceeds bulk up Beacon grants and install wheelchair snorkel lifts at Clear Spring Coves. Chowder shacks keep lights on. Conch chowder bowls jump 15% on ride nights. Marina leads on a vintage cruiser with Celestial plush secured front, stopping to retie any rider's loose lace. She is drafting a memoir titled Currents Keep Names for translation into 11 languages next spring, while a documentary crew tracks her plan to convert retired navigation buoys into floating maker hubs for island schools. Puma's Wide to Wave lantern sneaker launches next quarter, threaded with reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, steering 10% of revenue into beacon seedlings along the Gulf Atlantic rim. The subscribe badge may still glow bright red on your screen, so let it soften into calm gray with one gentle tap. Guarantee that next week's chapter arrives before algorithm winds change direction. Scroll afterward into the description. Waiting there are fresh jars of Seawillow butter, the lightning lane to Beacon Grant entry, tonight's Porchline Groove playlist, and a discreet compass, a research-rooted kit of conversation sparks and calm confidence moves, mapping the straightest course toward lasting love and the most reliable way to help any woman you meet feel genuine intrigue. Free, wide open, one click away. If the soda cap, spine shimmer, rope, cadence gown, rescue, or celestial glitter sneeze coaxed even half a grin, hit like, drop your brightest ripple in the comments, and share this voyage with a friend who sails hang still. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the bay bows to anyone bold enough to plant 2 steady feet on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes wide. I'm gonna whisper curls across the mic. Subscribe this heartbeat, claim your rail, follow the love link nestled in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide when another story flickers beyond the breakers and courage calls your name once more.